One of the most significant and well-known jobs on Below Deck is that of bosun. Regardless of the franchise, the bosun is frequently seen supervising the deck crew, collaborating with the captain, and demonstrating their indispensable nature to the vessel. Below Deck Mediterranean's bosun Iain Maclean appears to be totally absent this season, not because he was cut off the program due to wrongdoing, but rather because he doesn't seem to be a major character in the plot of the season. One of the popular spin-offs of the main series is Below Deck Med. In its 9th season, Below Deck Mediterranean explores the lives of the yachties who work on board, showcasing breathtaking locations in addition to intense conflict. Greece's stunning waters are being traversed by Mystique this season. Is McLean going to be present to pop the final champagne as the charter season draws to a close? With the return of an old acquaintance after a few years away, Captain Sandy Yawn had a whole new crew when Season 9 of Below Deck Mediterranean premiered. Even though she had worked with Aesha Scott as a cook before, this was her first experience with her in a management role. It was a new character season for Captain Sandy, with new department chiefs. McLean was leading the outside. He appeared to be a good man. The yachtsman from South Africa was not inexperienced, approximately 5 years in the field. McLean seemed the most appropriate for the job, at least judging by his appointment as bosun. However, as the charter season began, the supporters were certain that the bosun would be the first to receive a severance from Captain Sandy. Captain Sandy Yawn had a strong suspicion that McLean was a little too lethargic early in the season. Gail Cameron, Joe Bradley, and Nathan Gallagher were his teammates, and they were often pointing out his mistakes. His lack of communication abilities had led to his being made fun of. He almost abandoned a crew member and famous visitors at sea. Some supporters had anticipated an early season exit from both him and Chef Jono Shillingford, but both men stayed on board as Captain Sandy attempted to have a flawless season. McLean's largest move of the season, in terms of actions on deck, was to name Joe Bradley lead deckhand. Furthermore, Joe appears to be performing far better than his supervisor. McLean has hardly been on camera since then. Although McLean might appear indolent to Captain Sandy and his group, nothing very wrong has actually occurred. That was captured on camera, at least. Is McLean perhaps simply going about his business then? Is it the worst situation? The drama around the competing relationships has dominated a lot of this season's events. Gail Cameron and Nathan Gallagher have developed a unique bond on the deck. It's been a major source of activity, even if Gail gave up her long-distance partner for her coworker. Even though Gail has broken the voice only X's heart, it's been a cute and romantic tale. Additionally, there is the conflict between Bri Muller and Elena Dubach. Joe Bradley has been pitting the two stews against each other, and they have a rivalry between them as they compete not just to prove they are the finest stew on board, but also to win Bradley's heart. Now that Carrie O'Neill has entered the picture as a fourth stew, it has complicated the already complex love triangle even more because Joe enjoys trying new things. What role does McLean play this season? Then, Captain Sandy is an independent being. Love is not what Chief Stew Aesha Scott is searching for. Chef Jono's boyfriend is a boat owner. McLean is simply too genuine for the drama that reality television can't offer. McLean finally got to go out on land and assist in leading an expedition in the penultimate episode. In confessional, he stated, "I work more behind the scenes to keep everything running in my role. I've always been the type that enjoys entertainment." McLean, of course, got to take on the role of Temple of Poseidon tour guide. He was aware of the landmarks' details. He let them go as if they were burning. That was the high point of his career. A little hiccup in the season's grand picture. Not so long ago, he made one of his few on-screen cameos in a confessional, stating the obvious: docking at night differs from docking during the day, because darkness has fallen. It was a humorous moment, but at the end of the season, is it what McLean will be known for? One of his weaknesses can be communication. McLean is almost completely absent from the season, either because of poor editing or because he was cut out. Maybe he's doing such a fantastic job as bosun that there isn't really much to display. However, that doesn't seem realistic going by past episodes. It's interesting that he doesn't indicate his involvement in the program on Instagram. McLean's tenure on Below Deck Mediterranean has been, to put it mildly, divisive due to the wide range of perspectives expressed by both ardent supporters and seasoned franchise veterans. Regarding the previous chief stew of Below Deck, Kate Chastain, Her first evaluation of Maclean's managerial abilities appeared to be accurate. During the below-deck Mediterranean after-show, she made reference to his lack of managerial skills. Having spent 6 seasons on the main program, she should know what works. Fans have come together for Maclean on social media, posting comments like, "I think they're giving you a bad edit on BD, my good man. You are a lucky bosun to have for the captain." Maclean acknowledges that his visibility has been an issue this season, but he doesn't dispute the notion with a simple thank you. It seems like Captain Sandy will have an ideal season, especially with the finale quickly approaching. By the conclusion of the season, she will have remained with the same group of people. When the early season red flags were raised, Maclean should be happy that he was passed over for the position. He is one of the least seen bosuns in the franchise's history, yet he still seems like a kind guy. It's unfortunate that his story didn't feature in the season's plot.